Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Local artist Rosie Simas, Seneca Nation of Indians, Huron Clan, embodies Onondaga philosophies of peacemaking and relationality in new immersive installation. Visit Agajangwa, Destiny Gowe Weni. I hope it'll stir your mind and explore a space built for communal rest and contemplation. Simas presents a performance of the same name this May. Learn more about the exhibition and performance at walkerart.org.
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable 2-year associate degree with a seamless path to a bachelor's. Located in downtown Minneapolis, students receive free textbooks, a laptop, meals, career coaching, tutoring, a Metro Transit pass, mentorship, and paid internships, all at Minnesota's largest private college. Ready to turn dreams into reality? Apply now at dfc.stthomas.edu. Doherty Family College. Your journey to success starts here.
There's a powerful story being shared at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. Unchi Said So, a solo exhibition by Danielle Seawalker, brings forward Native stories shaped by collective identity, generational knowledge, and teachings passed down through community. Through bold color and portraiture, this work honors the significance of grandmothers in Native culture while reflecting the idea that sovereignty begins at home. On view now through June 6th. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, cloudy with a low of 63. Then Thursday, showers and storms possible with a high of 72. Some storms could be severe on Thursday. Step into the magic of the Wizard of Oz at Children's Theater Company now through June 14th. Featuring the beloved songs from the classic film, breathtaking stage magic, and a real-life Toto. Get tickets today at childrenstheater.org.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Because all the hippies are trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings that wounded me.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives.
We have it.
In four directions. Yeah, maybe just mute yours. That's awesome. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events. And as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, I just want to give everyone a big happy Earth Day. Got a special announcement or a special message from our relatives in Winnebago, Ho-Chunk people in Winnebago. And I want to play that right now. And, I also want to let you know that Wendy's going to be on, and we're going to be talking more. And Gina, who is at the state capitol, talking about the moratorium on data centers. So it's going to be an exciting show. And I want to just start out the show and play this short video in a good way to start the day off with our Earth Day. So, hey, Wendy will be on in just a minute, but let's take a quick listen here.
Today is Earth Day, but for us Ho-Chungra, every day is Earth Day. In Ho-Chunk belief, Earth is our grandmother. She is alive, she is sacred, and she is not separate from us. We are a part of her. Our teachings remind us that everything here has spirit. The ground we walk on, the water we drink, the air we breathe. All of it is connected. And because of that, we have a responsibility, a sacred responsibility. But today, that relationship is being broken. Industries continue to extract, pollute, and destroy, treating our grandmother like something to be used instead of someone to be respected. But our teachings never changed. We still only have one earth, one grandmother, and she gives us everything we need to live. So protecting her means more than just posting today. It means standing up for our land, our water, our future. Because when we protect our grandmother, we're protecting ourselves. Hikoroke, hihiwira, hirakara aje. Protect our grandmother. Ma hamp gpsk. Happy Earth Day.
Wow, beautiful. Hey, I'm going to bring our friend and my best friend, Wendy on. Welcome, Wendy. Happy Earth Day. I want to just to open up too and talk about a quick thing that we talk about a lot here, Wendy, before we get to your report, and that's the Supreme Court rules for Michigan in its fight to shut down Line 5 pipeline under the Straits of Mackinac. And so that's a victory, and we have to say Happy Earth Day, and a lot going on. I appreciate you coming on again, and really and we got a lot of really cool feedback from yesterday's show, and I know there's more to talk about. So again, Wendy, I want to introduce my awesome, beautiful wife, Wendy. Wendy's been an animal advocate for many years, and she's a co-founder of Native Roots Radio back 10 years ago. Welcome, Wen.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Hanajihi. That means cares for them. And I was given that name by my Dega Curtis. Curtis goes by Mashke Hanajingo, which means walks on white clouds. I'm a policy volunteer for Humane World for Animals, formerly known as the Humane Society of the United States. And I work on animal issues at the local and state level. It's always my pleasure to do that. So the update. So everybody knows I was at the Rigland Farms facility in Blue Mounds, Wisconsin this past weekend. We were trying to get the dogs out and released into good homes. We failed to do that, which was really sad, but we did bring so much awareness to this issue. And I can't even believe it, even today, just on social media, almost every other post I see is having to do with this. So thank you everyone for keeping this alive, and let's not forget about these dogs. Most of the detainees who were arrested, I believe there are around 20 of them, got released today, including the leader, really, Wayne Sung, and you say his name, it's Wayne, and the last name is Hsiung. I'm going to tell you about this noise we're hearing in a minute. But he posted to everyone that he is out of jail, and he's feeling so inspired by all the folks who came out this weekend. The degree of courage and compassion shown by so many brought me to tears. This is what he's saying. As the stories trickled into jail through phone calls and the media, they also inspired everyone in the jail. He says 2 of his cellmates joined the protests once they got out. And he also says that he can't wait to hear more stories from us. And just let's keep doing this, and we need to not stop. And he goes on and on to say, now let's take a couple of days to rest and recover. We did not achieve our goal, but we did something historic. We have to remember that. And he said, I am confident that there is even greater things to come. So it's very positive. And I'm really happy about that. So, yeah, we can't forget about the Rigland Farms. You know, we really all have short memories. And I think it's because we get blasted with so much every day. It's like coming at us in every direction. So sometimes you don't even know where to look, you know, and it's just like, oh, now there's this, now there's that, now there's this. So I know every day I have at least 4 phone calls that I'm going to make every day. They take me about, 2 minutes each, about 10 minutes a day. That's going to, and just say my piece on the people that need to hear me. And I'm going to keep doing it.
That's great.
And I'm going to keep in touch with all these people because there's more action things to do. So if you want to join us and help the Beagles, There's so many ways you could do that. Please go to savethedogs.io, savethedogs.io. And there's lots of opportunities for you to show up and help us. Now, I want to go on.
Hey, before you do that one, I
Yeah.
just want to give a shout out too to all the people that reached out to you
I
in the
know.
last
Wait,
couple of days. Yeah.
I want to get on. That's what I'm doing right
Oh,
now. I
okay,
should have had
cool.
it ready. So
No,
just give me
that's
1 minute.
that's all right. You know,
I want to
it
find out
keeps
where it is.
it keeps us going
so-
when we hear this great feedback.
Yeah. So we got, we both got a message. I want to remember where I had it. Was it on my, it was on my Facebook.
Yeah, Messenger.
Messenger. Let me go to my Messenger. I'm sorry. I'm like half doing everything here. Let me go to my Messenger.
Yeah.
Where's my Messenger? This is my page right here.
Yeah.
Just click on it. So anyway, someone listening to one of the stations that Robert is in Verona, Wisconsin, reached out and just said that he listens to us in Verona, Wisconsin, and thanked us so much. Thanked me for being there for the dogs and bringing the supplies to, here he is. His name's Adam.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, Andrew. Andrew, if you're listening, last name starts with an L. I don't want to say your last name on the air, but Andrew L sent me a really nice little message saying, avid listener to Native Roots Radio and Verona, Wisconsin,
Yay.
resident here. Thanks so much for coming down this weekend. Not the outcome we all wanted, but I will say that Dane County Humane Society will greatly benefit from the donations. I greatly appreciate you all dedicating airtime to Rigland these past few weeks. So I'm just thrilled, really. And I've gotten some people who have friended me on Facebook also. So I've accepted a few more Facebook, friends, and, the more the merrier, right? So if you want to friend me, it's Wendy Pilot. And you could also like my business page, Pilot's Palette.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Wendy, it's great to hear from people, and it's great to be in touch with like-minded people. These are times that are dark, and we need all the support with each other.
Right. I have some good news in the next segment if I have time.
You'll have time. This is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back with more time with Wendy. Ho!
Stay with us.
Oh!
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable 2-year associate degree with a seamless path to a bachelor's. Located in downtown Minneapolis, students receive free textbooks, a laptop, meals, career coaching, tutoring, a Metro Transit pass, mentorship, and paid internships, all at Minnesota's largest private college. Ready to turn dreams into reality? Apply now at dfc.stthomas.edu. Doherty Family College. Your journey to success starts here.
After 20 years of service, the Metro Blue Line is ready for essential improvements. A multi-year transformation is underway, bringing a better, smoother Blue Line experience. Renew the Blue will preserve and protect a critical piece of our infrastructure investment, helping it remain a safe, reliable, and affordable transit option for many years to come. Learn more about Renew the Blue at metrotransit.org/renew-the-blue.
Unwanted sexting or photos, inappropriate jokes, even tickling or wrestling can feel like a violation. Catcalling, cornering, or groping, getting them drunk or high for sex, recording sexual acts without permission, hurting someone because of their sexual orientation, raping a family member, a child, a date, a friend, a stranger, purchasing a human being for sex. You make the choice every single time. Sexual violence is many things. Make a choice. Do not do it.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Did you know that the Walker has a cinema that shows film almost every week? From artist talks, genre-defined performances, and world premieres to archival shorts and experimental soundscapes, the Walker Cinema explores all modes of global and local filmmaking. Get your first tickets for free. Visit walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. That's walkerart.org/cinema. See you at the movies.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and we are supported by love and all the people that are listening to the show. I really appreciate it. Hey, before we get back to Wendy, I just want to remind everyone tonight is the opening of the Bird Blind, and that is New Native Theater on University Avenue, 825 Arts, St. Paul. Be there or be square. I'm going to be at the opening tonight and hope to see everybody. And I do believe that starts at 7. I'll have to look deeper into that real quick. But hey, back to you, Wendy. Really great conversation. Happy Earth Day. And let's, talk about our relatives some more.
I want to, before I get into the good news, so I have a lot of bad news. Let's get the bad news out of the way. So I have this document here, and it's from Rigland Farms. It's a buyer's list. So it's a buyer's list dated March 7th, 2022 to July 14th, 2025. And these are places that bought the beagles for testing for their facility. So it goes all the states: Illinois, Nebraska, Colorado, Missouri, California, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Missouri again, New York, Alabama, Missouri again, Kansas, Tennessee, Colorado, Michigan, Texas, Michigan again, California, Minnesota. So here, I just want to go to Minnesota. Rochester, Minnesota just bought one beagle from Rigland Farms on August 13th, 2024, and it's the Mayo Clinic.
Jeez.
Oh, here's another Minnesota. So Minneapolis, Minnesota, 21 beagles were bought from Rigland Farms on July 10th, 2024. And this is from NAMSA. It's ANAMSA. I guess it's an acronym for something. NAMSA and American Preclinical Services. Let's see if there's any. There's a couple of Wisconsin, New Mexico, Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. So Madison, Wisconsin. Let's just look at Madison, Wisconsin. 3 beagles were bought from Rigland Farms on July 26, 2023. And it's the University of Wisconsin. So there's different amounts. So 1 beagle up to the most I saw were 72 beagles bought, but everybody bought these beagles, 3 beagles, 2 beagles, 24, 46, 44, 6, 10, 37, 12, 72, 38, 40. This is a money-making business for these people. These people do not want to give up their breeding program, but they will have to do it. Rigland Farms is due to shut down this breeding program and selling these beagles out to these organizations that do biomedical, testing. If they don't, they're going to be hit with felony animal abuse charges, and they don't want that to happen. So we want to get the beagles out. We're not going to stop trying. We know that when we put the call out, there's going to be more than 2,000 people who are going to want to have one of these beagles.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've been online and I see the last beagles last month who were rescued in their homes, walking around outside and having a nice little life where a dog should be. So the other thing that so Humane World for Animals had nothing to do with the Rigland Farms thing. I just want to put that out there. But what we were working on is the Humane Pet Store bill. It covers all Minnesota. I believe we have between 13 and 16 cities who adopted this Humane Pet Store bill. This bill says pet stores cannot sell dogs and cats who came from puppy mills, right? So Rigland Farms is a big puppy mill. But anyway, it's Humane Pet Store bill for the whole state of Minnesota. It's Senate File 1943. It passed the Senate just, I think, yesterday or the day before, passed the Senate by a vote of 41 to 26. So now the bill goes to the House. So the House looks at the bill and they could change the bill. They could tweak up the bill. And then they come again together, and the final votes, both chambers, the House and the Senate, must approve the final version of the bill. So the final version has to be approved by the House and the Senate, and then it goes to the governor's desk. So then the governor, he can sign it into law, or he can veto it, or he can allow it to become law without a signature. This bill, the Humane Pet Store Bill, Senate File 1943, was sponsored by Senator Scott Dibble. And I just want to give him a shout out because he's awesome. He has helped us over the years, over and over again, with humane policies that we want to pass here in Minnesota. So if this is passed, the effective date, if passed, the provisions are set to become effective on August 1st, 2026. Now, we have about 3 pet stores in Minnesota that do sell dogs and cats from, come from puppy mills in their stores. One of them is in Bloomington, which we've been trying to get shut down for years unsuccessfully. I think it's called Four Paws and a Tail. Anyway, they're inside a mall. Is it? Maybe, I don't know the name of the mall there in Bloomington. Anyway, there's a mall in Bloomington that has a pet store there that has dogs and cats that are derived from the puppy mills. So I think there's 3 in the whole state of Minnesota. So what this bill is that they came up with says that, okay, we can't get you to shut down your store or change your policy, how you're selling these dogs. So you could stay there. You can't pass your business down to anyone in your family. You can't sell it to anybody else. You can't move your business elsewhere in the state of Minnesota. But once your business is done and, you're finished, you retire, that's it. You're gone. And then no other pet stores can come in selling these dogs and cats. So I think it's a win. It's a little bit of a compromise. We did want to shut these 3 pet stores down that are still doing this, but this is a compromise, and this is how we're going to get stuff done. So hopefully this is going to pass the House, goes to the governor's desk, goes into law, and we will have a humane pet store bill here in the whole state of Minnesota.
Yes.
That's awesome. I'm just so excited. And that's the kind of work that Humane World for Animals does. So we work on policy change. We don't go, rescuing dogs out of the facilities where they're being tested and breeding. That's not what they're about. They're all about policy. So it's totally different kind of approach and thing. But I don't know. I think doing a little bit of both for me, helps me, give me joy. So,
well, I got to give you a shout out quick, Wendy, because this is work you've been doing for a long time. I know at the St. Paul City Council, you went down there and made things happen. Also up north, with help of lawmakers up there, you've made this happen. So it'd be great to have it all done in the state. You want to talk just a little bit about that? That was just amazing, and you're a doer.
Yeah, no, I do that because I just love animals and I don't want to see them suffer. But so know your city council members, know the people in your district, and get to know them, because when you want to get stuff done, you go and you talk to them and you ask them. So, do you mind if I talk about Wanda?
You're gonna get me sad.
I know.
Our
so
little
everyone,
dog, Wanda.
I just want to give everyone an update. This is sad, but so. Wanda is our adopted Shih Tzu dog. She's a little black dog. And when we adopted her, they said she was 8 years old. On April 1st, it was 9 years that we had her. I don't believe that she's 17 years old. She's probably younger. We don't really know how old she is. Anyway, she was diagnosed with a collapsing trachea. How long ago? About a year ago, do you think?
Yeah, at least.
All right.
At least.
Okay, so the collapsing trachea thing is kind of common in small little dogs like this, especially ones that have like a little squished in nose. So their trachea in their throat collapses and they get these coughing fits. So we've been managing that with medication, and she's been having more coughing episodes, and she just had a really bad one was it just yesterday morning? I don't even know what day it is anymore, honestly. Anyway, she had a really bad one, and I got, scared us. She got us up at 6 a.m, coughing. So anyway, I brought her into the vet right away as soon as they opened at 8 o'clock. And the doctor said, listen to her heart, looking, checking Wanda out at all ends, and just said, I don't know. She doesn't sound like she has a heart murmur, but it sounds like there's something going on in her heart. I'd like to take a chest x-ray. So I was like, yeah, sure. Take the x-ray. And when she came back into the room, her heart was so big. It's so enlarged. So she has an enlarged heart that's taking up more than 50% of her chest cavity. So at this point, she has heart disease. So on top of the collapsing trachea, she has heart disease. So she's on medication for that now too. So we're just gonna literally love her as much as we can, give her as many treats as she wants. Of course we won't give her enough to make her sick or anything like that, but just keep her as happy as possible. The warm, hot, humid weather that we're coming up on is not good for her. So the humidity is really bad for a collapsing trachea. So
allergies too.
Yeah, all this pollen and everything that's in the air now is not good for her either. So we're limited walking out in the backyard, do potty breaks back in the cool house, and I'll keep her busy with different little activities so she doesn't get bored. And if everyone could just have a spot in your heart for Wanda, just hoping that she, this is going to be a transition. She's at the end of her life, and this is what happens. These dogs, we love them to death and we keep them, and they don't live as long as us, and just something that we have to bear as humans. So
hey, we'll be right back with Gina Peltire talking about the Capitol, and maybe Wendy, you can come back and finish your thoughts. This is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back.
Stay with us. The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
There's a powerful story being shared at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. She Said So. A solo exhibition by Danielle Seawalker brings forward Native stories shaped by collective identity, generational knowledge, and teachings passed down through community. Through bold color and portraiture, this work honors the significance of grandmothers in Native culture while reflecting the idea that sovereignty begins at home. On view now through June 6th. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center, an art space that's more than the spoon and cherry. Galleries celebrate contemporary visual art, including indigenous artists like Edgar Heap of birds from the Cheyenne and Arapaho nations, and Jim Demeny from the Ojibwe Nation. Additionally, film screens, cinema, and performances are shown on stage. And the Walker is free every Thursday night and free every day for citizens and members of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org.
After 20 years of service, the Metro Blue Line is ready for essential improvements. A multi-year transformation is underway, bringing a better, smoother Blue Line experience. Renew the Blue will preserve and protect a critical piece of our infrastructure investment, helping it remain a safe, reliable, and affordable transit option for many years to come. Learn more about Renew the Blue at metrotransit.org/renew-the-blue.
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable 2-year associate degree with a seamless path to a bachelor's. Located in downtown Minneapolis, students receive free textbooks, a laptop, meals, career coaching, tutoring, a Metro Transit pass, mentorship, and paid internships, all at Minnesota's largest private college. Ready to turn dreams into reality? Apply now at dfc.stthomas.edu. Doherty Family College. Your journey to success starts here.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation. Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Did you know that the Walker has a cinema that shows film almost every week? From artist talks, genre-defined performances, and world premieres to archival shorts and experimental soundscapes, the Walker Cinema explores all modes of global and local filmmaking. Get your first tickets for free. Visit walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. That's walkerart.org/cinema. See you at the movies.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, cloudy with a low of 63. Then Thursday, showers and storms possible with a high of 72. Some storms could be severe on Thursday. Warmer weather is on the horizon, and what better way to welcome it back than with a fantastic meal and a show at Crooner's Supper Club. Crooner's is located in Fridley on Highway 65, just north of I-694. CroonersMN.com. ATNF AM 950, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
You're listening to Native Roots Radio. I'm Bobby Wilson. Witcha.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanjahade. Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives. Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. And I'm going to make a quick phone call here, Wendy, and you can just say hi to our fans out there.
Hey, everybody. Thanks again for the support. Thank you, Nina, for your thoughts. So sorry to hear your pup is suffering. Just love her. I will just love her. She's not suffering. We wouldn't let her suffer.
No,
I just wanted to let you know that. But yes.
Hey, we have our friend Gina Peltire on. Gina, welcome to Native Roots Radio as always. I know you were at the Capitol all day. Can you tell us a little bit of what's going on? Welcome.
Yes, thank you. And sorry to hear the news. It's always hard to hear when you lose a loved one. So, busy day at the Capitol, y'all. But we did have a beautiful day. Mother Earth really showed up for us. So we started off early in the morning at the Friends of Boundary Waters rally. And that was an amazing turnout. Oh my goodness. We had all three levels packed. And of course, we were expecting a huge turnout, especially with the decision that the federal government made last week of rolling back protections for our boundary waters. And so the speakers really came on really, really powerful. I was one of the speakers, and I got to remind everyone what happened 10 years ago at Standing Rock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had a lot of brave, unarmed, nonviolent, smart, hardworking, kind people show up to risk their lives and their freedom, trying to protect everyone's water. And what did the government do to us back then? We were met with water cannons and attack dogs, and, people lost, their eyes, their limbs, and even to this day, many people are suffering severe PTSD, yet they're still doing the good work, and if our government did something like that to our neighbors, they most definitely were going to do something to us. And we saw what happened with Line 3. And so, we were very, very upset, and we just wanted to really remind people what it really, really takes to battle something like this. We're trying really, really hard. We're showing up at the Capitol. We're talking to our leaders, but unfortunately they're not listening to us. Some are listening to us, which is amazing. It really gives us hope for us to have those allies in our leadership, in those leadership positions. But we need more, and that's what I really appreciate about Rise and Repair. Rise and Repair, we followed up after the Friends of Boundary Water with a data center Earth Day rally. In between, we collaborated with Friends of Boundary Water and other amazing organizations, Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, CURE, MCEA. We fed the people. We had jingle dress dancers, and then we went in and advocated to have no data centers.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Rise and Repair Alliance, we really bring people out and every event we have, I always have youth coming up to me. And most of the time they are like, I can run for office.
Yes.
I feel like I know more and I can do better. And it's like, yes, please, we need you. So it really keeps us, it really helps me do the work, especially seeing the youth step up like that. And that's one of the reasons we're doing this for, right?
Yes.
And so the data center rally, though, was really, really interesting the way it was held. They held it as like a community hearing. And so we brought people in from all over Minnesota who are either being affected by these data centers or potentially being affected by these data centers. And we really gave them the floor and the opportunity to have their voices heard. And they brought up so many concerns. We had one resident, I believe it was from Hermantown, who brought up examples of what was going to happen to these communities if these data centers were brought in. They brought examples of the loud humming noise that is constantly around that they hear, and they hear it at their homes and, outside, just in their yards, and the bright flashing lights. And they're already experiencing problems with their water and electricity. So I'm really grateful that we were able to give them space to really have their voices heard, especially, in a space where our leaders are at. And I really want to give a shout out to our legislators who are really with us on this. Because it takes a strong person in their position to actually be the voice for the people. And they really showed up, Jen McEwen, Lish Kozlowski, Alex Falconer, Mary Kunish, oh my goodness, we wouldn't be able to do this work without them. And to see them really advocating for us, really shows me that we can come together and we can do what needs to be done. So it was a really beautiful day, really tough because, people are angry as we should be.
Yes.
But, we're getting together, we're strategizing and trying to really help our leaders and the rest of the communities realize what's happening here, not just with the data centers, but with the rollbacks of the protections for the boundary waters and the potential mines that are coming in. And even, Line 5 was brought up, and the Magellan One Oak pipeline that they want to put in near Pipestone was brought up. And so it was a really good day with a lot of issues showing that these corporations who don't live here, who don't rely on these sources of life, just want to come in and extract and extort and poison just so they can fatten their pockets.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I also reminded everyone of what happened with Line 3 right here in Minnesota. We had a foreign corporation shove a toxic tar sands oil pipeline through nearly half of North America's freshwater right here in Minnesota, just to sell all of that, most of that oil to a foreign country.
Right.
And what did we get out of it? We got punctured aquifers, we got frack outs. Right now it's devastating news because it looks like there's more lakes and rivers that are being added to the list that you have to watch out and caution of even swimming in.
Right.
It's devastating that we can't even swim in our lakes and rivers anymore without having to go home and take a shower. Otherwise we'll get swimmer's itch or something like that.
Right.
Even back when I was a child, you can just go dip in the water and clean yourself up and not have to worry about showering for a couple days. That's how we cleaned ourselves. And now, you don't even want to think about putting your foot in there. And so it's really, really scary to see the damage that's being done right in front of our eyes. And we still have leaders and community members who don't think that there's anything wrong. There's nothing happening. And I'm really grateful that a lot of the speakers, most of the speakers, were straight up like, these corporations, they don't care about us.
No.
And, whose economy are we fighting for right now? We have nearly half of full-time working Americans unable to afford a one-bedroom apartment.
Exactly.
Our people are suffering, and it's really unfair and devastating, what our leaders are doing, not just in the federal government, but also in the state government.
Gina, what a great report. Wendy, wow, amazing.
Unbelievable. Thank you so much. And keep up the good fight, Gina. Don't give up.
Yeah, Gina, one thing too, happy Earth Day. And did you see the Supreme Court rules for Michigan on the fight to shut down Enbridge? So that happened today. We got one good thing going on.
Yes. Oh, that was amazing news. We were just celebrating it here in our vehicle. We're on our way back home. We all carpooled up here. It's
Yeah.
Earth Day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. It's Earth Day. Well, Gina, amazing report. Do you have anything else? I mean, geez, you touched on so many great things. And I just want to say, you've been in this fight for over 10 years. We started the show 10 years when Standing Rock had started and all the lack of information that was coming out, or no information. And, geez, I just really appreciate all the information that you gave our listeners just now.
Yeah, and that's just how it is. You got to speak even if your voice trembles. You got to let people know what's happening. And not just that, give them the information and show them how we can work through this, how we can rebuild our nation to where we can have a system that works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Once we put the solutions in their hands, it makes it easier for them to move forward and really get on our side towards an environment that we can all thrive on. Because right now it's all going downhill. That's one of the reasons I do it for our youth. But that's also giving me hope because they're really stepping up. They really are. So shout out to the youth.
Yeah.
We're doing this for you. Hopefully we'll make it easier for you and you'll have clean water in your future.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, again, Gina, I really, really appreciate this report. I know you're heading up north and again, or it would be northwest. Again, thank you so much. We got to stay in touch. You're doing great work. Is there anywhere where we can support or know what's going on? Do you have websites, Facebooks that can let everybody know to keep in touch?
Yes, visit riseandrepair.org and also visit mukwaminkana.org. That's mukwamiikana.org. And we give updates. We have a data center moratorium petition right now going on. So we're trying to get as many signatures for that. And really, we got 600 signatures in less than a week.
Wow.
Like, from the reports I'm hearing, that's phenomenal.
That is.
And I'm just like, that's how serious people want this.
Yeah.
And shout out to our Leech Lake sister, Leanna Goose, for setting all that up, because that takes a whole lot of effort.
Yeah. Well, shout out to you, Gina. And I know your brother too. And you guys have been doing such great work. And we got to make this happen more often. What a great report. I just want to say a big peenie gigi before I let you go.
Yes. And thank you, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Drink your water. We got a tough battle ahead of us. And thank you, everyone, for showing up, even the keyboard warriors, because we need those too. We're running around on the front lines. We don't have time to write up an email or something. So it takes all of us and all of our skills.
All right. Well,
thank you, guys.
We're going to talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, Gina. Oh, great update. Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, she does such good work. Really, such a warrior.
Yeah.
Really, she is.
Well, if you remember, Gina used to help me produce the show for a period of time when Ogama was out on maternity leave. Yeah,
that's right. Wow.
So we'll get some more updates because that was just awesome.
Yeah.
Just let us know what's happening.
Absolutely, we got to protect the water.
Yeah,
we got to protect the water. I mean, future generations. Really, these corporations just care about the short-term, money making, and they don't care about the long-term effects that's going to happen to the earth. So
absolutely. And the one thing too that I thought maybe we can touch on in the next segment, Wendy, is a little parallels between Standing Rock and Line 3 and what you went through.
Oh my goodness, there were a lot of parallels.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be back with Wendy Pilot. This is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back.
Stay with us. The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable 2-year associate degree with a seamless path to a bachelor's. Located in downtown Minneapolis, students receive free textbooks, a laptop, meals, career coaching, tutoring, a Metro Transit pass, mentorship, and paid internships, all at Minnesota's largest private college. Ready to turn dreams into reality? Apply now at dfc.stthomas.edu. Doherty Family College. Your journey to success starts here.
This is Chase Iron Eyes announcing a new show on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, powered by Native Roots Radio. The show is called Native American Patriot Talk Radio. What will we do on the show? We are going to explore and dive into the source of American constitutional sovereignty, the intersection of Native American and legal issues. Find us the first and third Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. on AM 950.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Hi, it's Dr. Evan Adams, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio. Hey, Victor, you better be listening.
In this portion of the show, we'd like to bring awareness to our wolf and bear populations throughout Turtle Island. Say no to the hunts.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. And wow, that was awesome to have Gina, stop in again.
Yeah.
And just a great report, and I'm really happy. And with your report, Wendy, too, it's just amazing how the parallels of what you went through and what we went through at Standing Rock and Line 3 with the rubber bullets and tear gas, these police departments and sheriff departments that are militarized and not for the people. They're disrupting people and lying about all those things.
Exactly. The lying is what really gets me, the gaslighting. I'm seeing something with my very own eyes and you're telling me I didn't see it. So that really gets me angry. I said that yesterday on yesterday's show, but yeah, that's exactly what happened in Standing Rock. It really did remind me a lot when I was at Rigland Farms, trying to break in through the fence. We're not lying. We were trying to get through that fence and get into the buildings and get the dogs out. And, we were surrounded. There was a big moat built around the facility, 8 feet deep, and it was filled with water and manure. Great. And then on top of that, they had hay bales. Now, I'm not a country girl, so I was thinking hay bales, like a little hay bale. No, these things are like taller than you, Robert, and they weigh around 500 pounds. But the thing was, it rained like the day before and the day before that, so they were saying that the hay bales weighed about 1,000 pounds. And I was not one of them moving them, but there were people moving and rolling the hay bales into the moat so that we could cross over the moat. And they were doing it, and it was working. But these hay bales are huge, and oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Yes. But anyway.
I know. How many days ago was that? Because it's really still
Saturday.
It's still affecting you.
It is.
And
I'm like beat. I feel like I've been beat up.
Well, and remember too, when we went to Standing Rock, the numerous times we went, whenever we'd hear a helicopter or small plane, it was like
when we were
with us forever.
When we were at Standing Rock, we were there for, I think, a long 4-day weekend. And
Thanks taking one of them, yeah.
That's right. And the whole weekend, we just heard that small plane go around and around and around, and then helicopters. You heard it just all the time. So then when we got back home and we would hear it, we were like, oh my gosh, where are we? What's going on?
And then George Floyd, a couple of years later, really the same thing.
Yes, definitely. So Robert and I live right in between two bridges going into like St. Paul into Minneapolis, right? The Marshall Street Bridge and the Ford Parkway Bridge.
If you're from Minneapolis, it's the Lake Street Bridge.
Oh, it's the Lake Street Bridge. Yeah,
instead of the Marshall.
Oh,
right.
okay. Do they really call it something different than we do? Anyway, they had them blocked off so people couldn't get in and out of St. Paul and Minneapolis. But really, the helicopters were going back and forth all day and all night long. So. Yeah, it's pretty scary. It really is. It's scary.
So were there
stuff,
helicopters there too?
There weren't any. You know what was there?
What?
Okay, because times have changed.
Right.
Drones.
Oh, not your drones, their drones.
Some of our drones, some of their drones. So that's
and
what
can be loud
that's
and
what
buzzing.
you hear. Yeah, the buzzing of the drones, taking footage of what's happening. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I heard that they were taking like pictures of our face to like identify us and who we are. We're probably on a federal watch list anyway since we were at Standing Rock. But who knows?
Definitely. Oh yeah, definitely.
Whatever. You got to get into good trouble to make things change. When we were in our training for nonviolence, we really talked a lot about the civil rights movement and how images of officers with their dogs, with their batons, also striking the African American people trying to fight for their civil rights. The imagery of that really changed things, and how people were ready to lose their lives, and people were ready to stand up and fight and get shot and, get tear gassed and for change. And it's not necessarily for their change, it's for their children's change and their grandchildren's change that making the difference. For me, doing the Rigland Farms thing, I just felt so compelled just thinking about these dogs in the cages. I couldn't get them out of my mind, and it was really causing me to have nightmares, really. And that I thought about our dog Gracie and how I wish somebody would have went in to save her.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. Like I just wanted to get the dogs out, So I'm just hoping that this really brings about some change, and not too long from today, I'll be asked, because I signed up to be a transport person for the dogs, that I'd be able to just like rent one of those vans and put a whole bunch of crates in there and then bring the dogs, transport the dogs from Wisconsin to whoever wants the dogs, whoever is approved for the dogs. We want you to fill out a adoption form, and we're not going to just give the dogs to any willy-nilly. We know most people are kind to dogs and take good care of them and stuff, but there are some outliers out there, who take the dogs and do bad things to them. So
I always want to check them out, and I always thought it was interesting when you did the checking out people's.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. One of the things was, is there any pictures of the dogs or past dogs?
Yeah, so I was asked to do home inspections for potential people who were wanted to be adopting a dog. So they would fill out their application, they would get through the application process, and I would go to their home and do a home inspection. So I was looking for like making sure like there weren't any big holes in their fence that the dog could go through, and like what are the living conditions in the house, and what kind of people are they, or what kind of feeling that you get. And it's not always like a black and white thing where you write with a pencil. It's something more. Sometimes it's a feeling that you have about people, it's intuition.
Yeah.
And one of the questions, like Robert said on the form, was, do they have pictures around of their old, pets that they've had in the past? That's always a good sign that, they cherish their animal and have
as family.
So
it's funny. The one I went to with did.
Yes,
they did.
Yeah.
It was like, oh wow, and we do.
Tell us about your pet. Oh, is this a pet that you had? Tell us about that. It was really good. I mean, this woman really tried to. She was really, really sweet. Wasn't supposed to tell her this, but before I left the house, I gave her a wink and I was like, you got this, there's nothing bad I'm putting in this report. Like, you and your husband are like the best, pet parents that I would give you my dog, if I had to, because,
we're winding down. Can you just give out that website again that people can check on?
It's one word, Save the Dogs And you could go on there and find out all kinds of ways if you want to help, if you want to donate to them, if you want to get involved in the next, I don't know what's going to happen next, but, I'd be willing to go back there again and do the same thing,
Well, do you want to give your Facebook too to
Sure.
people? We had a bunch of people sign up for
I
your
know.
Facebook
So,
yesterday. That was hilarious.
Wendy Pilot. That
No,
was
Wendy Burtis.
Wendy Burtis Pilot. Yeah, that's what I go under. Wendy Burtis Pilot. I have you'll see my profile picture with a No Kings hat. So what you're going to see on my profile is I love animals and I hate Trump.
Oh.
That's basically what it is. So,
Wow. That's a good combo.
That's just what it is. So,
Well,
and I put pictures of our family up sometimes and like what's going on in our lives too. So, and Wanda.
It's good to have those relationships. And again, I want to just personally thank everyone that's supported Wendy in all this, and all the good vibes are really needed and really help. So
yeah, thanks Gina for coming in and give us that awesome report, and just don't give up and just keep going. I mean, she's awesome.
Hey, if you're listening to this show, you are part of the resistance. From Chief Plentycoop's the ground on which we stand on. It's sacred ground. It's the blood of our ancestors. We need to resist. I best join a group and get those dogs out. We're still here. We are the 7th generation. See you tomorrow.
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable